Alright, welcome. Today is going to be an overview for Evolved Leprechaun. Some of you may be wondering where the Light Mage overview is. Well, considering the fact that I also have to do Lightcaster as well, I'm not going to be doing Light Mage since I'd rather do Lightcaster. It would be kind of redundant to do both of them, considering the fact that, Light Mage and Lightcaster are literally the exact same skill animations. They aesthetically look the exact same. Light Mage is just a straight up downgrade with lower numbers and a shittier mana model. That's basically there is to it. So for now, just pretend you don't see Pearl over here, alright? This is a seasonal class, so you can only obtain it during the month of March for the Lucky Day event. And you'll need 2,000 golden tickets, 20 rainbow shards, and 12 lucky clovers. Just noting that the lucky clovers are obtained from a daily quest, so you'll need in total 12 days to obtain this class. However, the actual farming for this class is very, very easy. Even the golden tickets are pretty easy to get as well, so yeah. For your enhancements, if it wasn't obvious already, go full luck. However, if you have unlocked or forged, then here are some choices that you can use. This class uses the luck hybrid stat model and has the rogue mana regeneration model. Alright, so moving on to the passives, your first one is increase of haste by 10%. Your second one increases crit chance by 10%, and your rank 10 passive increases your dodge by 10%. So 30% altogether. Your auto attack is just the basic strike to one target. Alright, so there's no way on earth I'm going to be able to pronounce these names, so I'm just going to refer to them as skill 2, 3, 4, etc. Alright? So, skill 2 deals damage to one target and applies Keen onto yourself. This increases your crit damage by 50% for 10 seconds. This always crits and can't miss. Also, it doesn't use any mana as well. Your third skill basically deals damage to one target, and it increases your damage resistance by 40% for 6 seconds. Your third skill also has another effect, and that's with relation to your second skill. Now your second skill applies Keen onto yourself, and depending on the duration of Keen that's left, the more damage you'll deal with your third skill. So if you've just applied Keen, and you hit your third skill, you'll be dealing less damage. However, if Keen is just about to fade and then you hit your third skill, you'll be dealing a lot more damage. This does not consume Keen, by the way, if you hit your third skill while Keen has just been activated. So it's very important that you have your UI and class skills icon turned on in the settings so that you exactly know when Keen is about to fade without actually memorizing it in your heads and counting down from 10 seconds. Your fourth skill deals damage to one target, and it boosts your crit chance by 10% and your dodge by 20% for 8 seconds. Now your fifth skill is a status skill that applies to yourself, and it basically increases your crit chance by 25%, increases your crit damage by 75%, and it doubles your luck for 4 seconds. So that's pretty wild. Just look, when I click that button, our secondary stats just shoot up. And that's good, we want that. Since this is a luck class and it uses the luck hybrid stat model. And usually, for these types of luck hybrid stat models, our crit multiplier is below average, so you want that to increase, especially for a class like Evolved Leprechaun. Also, by doing that, we basically max out our haste for 4 seconds. Okay, so for soloing, this is going to be pretty much based on you. It's going to require your visual observation skills. So the main thing is you want to activate your third skill just as Keen is about to fade, but you also want to activate your fifth skill just before your third skill. You want to get that massive luck stat boost and crit damage boost just before you hit your third skill. So I would just go 2 to activate Keen, then spam 3 and 4, and as soon as Keen is about to end, I would then hit 5 and then 3, and then I would just repeat like that. Now this class is pretty alright for soloing by yourself, especially in the mid game. It will require you to, think about what skills to hit. You can't just randomly button mash with this. But other than that, it's a fairly decent soloing class. And, back in the day, everyone knows that this class was like one of the best free-to-play classes there was, Mage for farming, Rust Bucket for Bludgeon Brawl, and Evolve Leprechaun for soloing. That's all you needed. That was the free-to-play Trinity classes right there. With Forge, obviously this class gets better, especially with Dauntless. It basically solves this class can't heal dilemma. But is it the best option? No, there isn't. Like, this just got 1 second after the 1 minute 30 mark in killing this boss, so there are other classes that are much better than this for solo farming, for solo boss fighting. And the thing is, if you're looking at the combo and wondering why I'm not hitting Keen as much, it's because the thing is, the effect of Keen does not refresh. So although it looks like it does refresh in the UI visual skill icon, it doesn't. It'll say Keen fades next to your character in gray, so yeah. Don't even think about it. This class cannot support. However, just remember that this class is a luck hybrid, so its group DPS is actually going to be pretty insane, and the fact that this class has an ability that can double your luck when comboed with other support classes will make this an actual damage powerhouse. I'd highly recommend using this with a group and you being the main damage dealer and see how well this class does. And now there are definitely going to be other classes that outperform this, but considering this class is very easy to get and it just basically scales a lot better due to its stat model with other support classes. The thing is, if you've noticed, this class has no way of doing any of providing any all out or all in for the monster, so it goes well and hand in hand with other support classes. So no, it cannot support, but other classes should be supporting you, is what I'm trying to get at. For defense, and for a class that doesn't have heal with its base kit, it's actually pretty good. Your third skill gives you a 40% damage resistance boost, which is actually huge, and your fourth skill increases your dodge by 20%, and your fifth skill basically boosts your luck, which makes your secondary stats higher. That increases your haste, and that also increases your dodge chance, and it is actually pretty solid for like defense. And I actually would have killed this guy if I had something even as simple as like health vamp, which is very easy to get. So despite it not having a heal, it's actually pretty solid. Not the best, you can still get taken out by one hit bosses, but it's alright, especially for the mid game. Alright, so final thoughts on Evolve Leprechaun. This class is obviously not a farmer. For solo boss fights in the mid game, this class is pretty solid, and you should be farming the ore enhancements at that stage, and pairing this up with Health Vamp will most likely see you through the entirety of the mid game. However, when it comes to the late and end game, this class will easily be replaced for solo boss fights. And when it comes to supporting, this class has none. However, with group DPS, this is where this class shines at, so that's where you mainly want to be using it. When you have the right supports buffing you, especially like your Legion Revenants and your Lord of Orders and all that, which give you, like, you know, which provide all out and all in and all that, this class will go insane. And while it may not be like the best when it comes to group DPS, because there's obviously going to be better classes out there, basically what I'm trying to get at is that this class scales much better with supports compared to other classes. The fact that this class is very easy to obtain is something else to consider. So overall, if you want a class that is the main damage dealer with a bunch of supports, then I recommend Evolve Leprechaun, since it's very good in group DPS. It's a solid mid-game soloer. However, the end and late game stage, for solo content, you probably would not want to use this. So yeah, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, and see ya.